Guess it takes some time before it goes online. Mage blood. Here, Doc. All right. So, are we streaming right now? Are we streaming or not? It looks like we're streaming. Yep, we're streaming. All right. So, what I wanted to show you guys on the stream, I'm gonna put this on YouTube as well. It's that Scourge is not going core. Yeah, it's not going core. I think it's the biggest mistake so far is that Scourge is definitely not going core. And I cannot put enough emphasis on this. I really wish that Scourge was going core, but it's not going core. And this is very annoying to me as a player because I really enjoyed Scourge League and that like there's so many benefits to it. Like early league you can make cheap six links, there's so much stuff to it. Like I don't know, I just really like it a lot, a lot, a lot. And obviously there's some stuff I still haven't done yet to get like the scourge pet, but at this point I'm like, do I want the scourge pet or not, like, you know, because do I want to fight for it? I need 7 challenges completed, right, to get it. Okay, let's say 2 of them is gonna be easy, right? Complete prophecy while delirious. Whatever. That's maybe easy too. Uh, I gotta use a Maven's Orb. But yeah, it was a bit out of the context, but S- Sizz made a video where he said that Scourge is not going core. And this annoys the fuck out of me. Because you can make so many stuff with it, man. Like, I mean, you can scourge your maps, you can scourge your items, get modifiers. As Sizz has said earlier too, they definitely need to improve the scourge mechanic with the items, because you only want to scourge in the beginning of the league, and when you get to the end of the league, not so much, maybe. Uh, and yeah, that's it. So let's see the video. Let's talk about it. Yeah, this is so stupid, man. Yeah, will Scourge become core in Path of Exile mechanic? No. We don't have any current plans to bring Scourge back. It may still return sometime in the future, but we can't give any current indications of it for when that might be or what Scourge would be like as core game content. It is as it is. Like it's not like it should be like that, you know? It I think it should go. I'm sorry about the cam, guys. It really annoys me with the light and stuff like that. I think they should just go core like this, man. That's my opinion. Yeah, I'm really pissed off it's not going core. And bringing Ultimatum back, I'm really not liking it, man. Yeah, me too.
or anything with
Oh shit,
crafting
the
or
sound
rewarding
wasn't on.
that type of reward. I think
Yeah, he was saying that Synthesis and Scourge was two of the leagues that he enjoys the most, and they both didn't go core, and it pisses him off, and it pisses me off too, to be honest, and it's kind of annoying.
they're extremely generous when it comes to currency rewards. Things that, especially at the high end, like, people getting 300 scourge stacks, or, heist min max, or Legion, or other things, they're extremely generous. Maybe it's unintentional, but they're extremely generous on
Not to
currency
me.
rewards, but they're extremely stingy on item rewards.
Yeah,
So, what I'm talking about now in particular is the Scourge item mechanic when you could crangle items. That is
it was
extremely
awesome.
stingy. And honestly, that was what I was looking forward to the most in this entire league. The interaction with the league mechanic is insanely nice. It's so smooth. It's like delirium. It's just something you run through, you click a button, and you're in the league mechanic,
Yeah,
and you're still mapping. It's just like you're like making the map larger, really, because you get backtrack too, which ended up being really nice.
yeah.
Honestly, I was very against the backtracking in the start, but the best way to think about it is to just making the map larger. Even
Hmm.
though it feels like you have to re-walk an area, you're not really. So it was the best league mechanic we've ever had in terms of smoothness. It was like another one of the best leagues of all time is Beyond, which is just more density, right? It's what ARPGs are all about: killing more things, more density, more juice, just like killing things. So Beyond, just such a good league. Breach, such a good league. That's generally what I enjoy. The more things I can kill, the more XP I can get, the better. And Scourge had so much of that.
Yeah.
So the interaction with the league was really, really
Oh
good. The
man.
bosses were kind of cool, but all the drops of the bosses were shit, and as well as the crangling of items. Now the currencies were very well received. Obviously, people liked easily six thinking items. I thought this was really cool too. I think this seemed like something they were moving towards, like very clearly, like, okay, well in PoE 2 we're not going to have six things, so we're going to experiment and see how it is when it's very easy, and how it's going to be with everybody volleying every item. And I thought that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. I love Valor. I honestly think they're probably the single best currency addition to the game. I think it adds so much to have a currency sync for like really min-maxing and being able to make fairly mediocre items, like the glove with like 80 life and double resist, into a cursed glove and making it a really important core part of your build. So Valorps are amazing, and that's
Yeah.
why I was so excited about the corruption of items through the Scourge mechanic. But it was insane. First off, the three times, well, the first two were kind of wasted because you very rarely, if ever, would hit something good on the first two, and then on the third one, you could hit something good. However, it was like 98% bad and
Yeah.
2% good, and
It was shit.
sometimes the bad thing would be so debilitating that you couldn't use it. It
Mm.
very rarely ended up with being that the bad thing would be. It was basically
Too
either
bad.
it did nothing for your build or it was debilitating.
Yeah.
It was very rarely like, oh yeah, this is bad for my build.
Like this is why in the beginning of the league you scourged as much as you could to get something better than what you had. But later in the league, it was pretty much just dump it because it wasn't really worth anything, not worth the while or anything because it just wasn't. It was shit. So you went from scourged items to crafted items, like really crafted items. But if you had something that was viled or corrupted, you went into the Scourge League mechanic where you had tainted currency, which is basically you have these for whoever doesn't know this, of course. You have jeweler orbs, and you have fusings and exalts and chromatics and armor scarabs, which like you can easily six link an item with this. So the fusings were amazing, bro, and yeah, so that's it.
It's not that bad. that was at least my experience that was a very rare thing. It was either debilitating or did nothing. So that was very disappointing.
So
I
true.
also feel like they just abandoned the league at some point, which is again devastating to me because I love it so much. It was
Sorry
just
about the cam.
it's just such a good league mechanic. It really is. So I hope they reconsider. I hope
Yeah.
they well if I was in charge of balance changes of Scourge, I would have definitely rebalanced like how easy it is to get downsides. Maybe give it one or two more tries at scourging. I would also have reduced the amount. I think when the league is live, it should be fairly easy, maybe even borderline OP, and you could balance it out more when it goes core into the game and you know what kind of effect it has. That's the perfect thing about challenging. You get to experiment a little bit.
I mean, um, Sis is fucking amazing. He's got so many good ideas, bro. And I think the problem GGG is having, they don't want to let it go core like it is, because obviously that's not working out for them. Because it's way too easy to get six links or some stuff like that, or somebody's bitched about it or some stuff like that. But in the end of the day, GGD does not want to take Scourge to the core, and like I'm I'm sorry to say this again. I'm really pissed off. This is very very fucking annoying, man.
People always bring up like, oh well, look at Harvest, and nobody was really expecting Harvest to go live while it was a league. Everybody was like, well, yeah, this is clearly too OP, but we'll have fun with it while it lasts. The main outrage from Harvest ended up when they put it full core in Ritual and then later nerfed it, right? Because then that's like GGG saying like, no, it is actually okay for you guys to have this kind of power. So then nerfing it afterwards to see where most of the outrage came from.
This is
So I honestly feel like they should be very experimental with league mechanics while they are just temporary league, and I genuinely do not
this
believe
is
that will
so fucking
make
annoying.
that much outrage.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are, and feel free to comment if you feel this way, because I feel like
I
it's
do.
pretty okay for a league mechanic to be a little over the top while it's here, and then get nerfed and be more balanced when going into the core game, because then we have other things to keep us busy anyway. So it's not as important if we can put it on the back burner a little bit. So yeah, very very disappointed here to be honest. It was just so enjoyable for me. The bosses as well should have been something that we would get similar excitement from Breach League, where you get really excited when you see a Chayula because it's like up to 10 splinters. Breach could have been a little bit more exciting with actually having a chance to drop their own items as well, or maybe even a small chance of a blessing. But
Yeah.
I was hoping the bosses would either drop higher levels of uniques instead of just level uniques, and I would think it would be really cool if they are gonna drop shit items that maybe they had two or three.
Bro, the thing that annoyed me about this is like when you went into Scourge and let's say you finally found a boss, right? Let's say you get you go tier 16 map, whatever, right? You
I can't do this just yet.
you kind of Al can go, right? Al can go, kind
New
of.
tweet from @StreamElements. Below @WreckItRaven said it better than we could have.
All right.
Watch the
Okay.
video she shared and remember why we commemorate milk. https://t.co/s6
I'm gonna
bov
mute you,
jgok.
bro. Well, it's over anyways. So the thing is, I'm really pissed off, man. I'm really, really pissed off that it's not going core. And I can't put enough emphasis on this. It's annoying the shit out of me. I really enjoyed this Scourge League mechanic. Like, that you could just kill everything very fast and go to Scourge instantly. And why the fuck is this not going core, bro? Like, this is so amazing. I really enjoy this mechanic. Like, you go and but you see the numbers, the stacks up here, exposed to corruption. Even if you got to 300, which is the highest number, which I think is kind of annoying, you should be able to do more. It's not dropping any good even if you hit a boss. Like, you get a boss and you have 300 stacks, and like it's very rarely gonna give you something good with a Scourge boss, which again is very, very annoying. Like, I don't have a boss in this right now. The bosses are. I'm not saying you should like get a boss every fucking Scourge, but like you should at least get a couple. They're very, very rare, like Sis said. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Now let's do this blight, and we will start off. Let's start the blighting count, and then we're gonna go back to this Sis's video. Oh, this guy's pushed this stuff. You can even Scourge during Glide, it's so amazing. Like, and I think the problem that GGG is having is they don't know how to bring this to
I
core.
can't do this just yet.
That's gotta be like the reason for them not taking this to core. I mean, why the hell would they not bring Scourge core, man? I'm so annoyed of it, bro. Why? I feel like crying, bro. Like, leave Britney alone kind of shit. Type of shit, you know? I'm thinking about making a meme video where I go bring Scourge core. I mean, if I could find that guy that made the video Leave Britney Alone, and make him cry and say, take Scourge core, bro, that would be insane. That would be the biggest meme of all time. Having him return. Or she. Whatever the person want to be called. I don't judge people. But yeah, that's the key.
Upsides and no downsides, or maybe only one downside, so that you end up really looking forward to these bosses. You had no way of force spawning them,
Yeah.
and they
That
are
was
pretty
annoying.
rare. So yeah, I honestly, I hope they reconsider. I think it was a masterpiece of a league. I'm just devastated that Metamorph and Heist is core and this isn't. I definitely understand why Heist is core. I mean, they put so much work into it, but I hope they would work a little more on it. Maybe Doris only on the way in or out, not both. Like the Deception Heist is pretty nice for that.
Deception.
Either way,
Yeah.
really looking forward to 3.17. Kind of sad about Scourge, but at least we're getting Ultimatum Core in 3.17. But yeah, I just wanted to make a video talking about it. Let me know what you guys think. For me, this was a really enjoyable league. But yeah, thanks for watching. Sub if you liked the video. But more importantly, try to die
Less than you do. Yeah. I'm really sorry it's not going core, man. This is so annoying. This is so annoying, bro. So annoying. It it I'm tripping, bro, because of this. I mean, why wouldn't it go core, man? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Do we sell the mage blood? Mage blood sell? It's gonna fly in price, bro. 3 mirrors? 7.5 mirror? How many is there on the market? Like, people should be buying that shit. 568. How much is a mirror going for? Mirror of Calandra. I wonder if there's like a specific map that you can go to and you'll get more mirrors. Like farming mirrors.
There we go.
No. How I solo farmed the mirror in 2 days. Perhaps the best currency method in the game. Alright.
Hey guys, Larson here.
Let's see
I
it.
decided to make a video because
Peace to you.
2 days ago, oh it's 3 now
Oh
because
my
I
god,
slept,
he's got a fucking mirror, man.
I thought it would be fun to see how much time it's gonna take me to farm a mirror and how many mirrors can I farm in a week. And day one, I think the profits were like, I don't know, it was like 50 or 60 exalts, or it was 40 to 60 and it wasn't anything super crazy. But then I slept on it and that's when, you know, everything
Mine
started
broke
to
10,000.
align. But I'll start by saying how I got into farming, what I'm farming, and kind of how it happened, right? You know, there's a brand new league. Last league, I could just farm canyons in Waldo all league and duplicate money. I could go to Lake Joris, farm burials with Delhi, get lots of doctors and all that stuff, and that was taken away from us. And yeah, there was a few
Nice
things
beard,
that I
bro.
knew that I wanted. I looked at these trees
Wish I
here,
had the
right?
same.
You definitely want the passive Atlas tree.
Any
So I
video
thought
should get
coming into
irons.
This league, Hamlet looked like fun because of
Suggestions.
harvest and ritual. One thing that I think people might be sleeping on is ritual vessels is literally printing money. One ritual vessel is worth 37 plus chaos in not bulk sell. If you bulk sell, probably more. Every time you get a ritual encounter, you usually get at least 50 ritual spenders. So every time you have a ritual, you make at least 20 seeds.
What is this
just hit
guy
the
doing,
spenders.
man?
And then all the other things, right? That is extremely good. But that's just the beginning, right?
What the hell is
I
happening?
decided I
Suggestion.
also wanted to learn harvest crafting to be profitable. I thought I've always been shit at crafting. I'm the kind of guy who will make currency and just buy whatever items I want. And I'll also want
Wait,
harvest
I'm
craft
watching
item, but I've
Twitch.
learned
I'm
how
not
to
supposed to
harvest for
watch
profit,
Twitch.
and I'll show you guys that as well.
I'm supposed to watch this. Sorry,
Um,
guys.
The last thing to do coming into this was like I wanted to play maps that I liked. So in Hamlet, I have favored Aetol and Cemetery. Aetol has a badass layout. Cemetery has a
Yeah, this
badass
is
layout.
old
Plus
though, it's
other stats
315.
div card. There's a 5 exalted div card. Lexiojoris
So what was the
maps,
strategy?
just a run. Let's say a hate excavation. You can take your horizon orbs and you can use all the tier 16 map that are access you don't run and turn them into burial chambers. And I think burial chambers is generally good. Natural tier 16 map you can horizon orb into. And for Waldo's rest, I'm running Canyon. Canyon, I don't know. If you don't like, if you haven't gotten into Canyon, it's the best map. So I knew
Yeah,
I wanted to play
That
these
was really
maps.
good.
And if you
And
play these
Waldo's
maps, you have to think about how do you
3.42.
make it profitable. Alright. Metamorphs is literally duplicating money. One Metamorph scarab costs about 6 to 7 C. I run polished ones. And in average per map in this zone, I make 30 to 40 C per map just by killing my Metamorphs. And when you get an extra one and you get some catalysts or some scarabs, it's even more. In Waldo, it's maybe 20 C per map. It's a little bit worse in Waldo than in the Joris, but June makes up for it in Waldo. But let's just take one zone at a time and what I do. The very first thing I focus on in my league is to unlock all the passives there's on the tree, right? But the most important ones, I think, is you go over here and you get more missions from Sana. So when she has double the amount of missions, you have a bigger chance when you go into a map with your Sana map missions.
Yeah, that was
You
good.
get Elder Shape
So
mission.
he was doing regular farming, I guess.
I have one for increased lightning damage. I have one for increased minion damage. I have one for increased cold damage. And one for increased fire damage. So the 3 elementals and minion damage. For lightning, you reforge lightning. Cold, cold. Fire, fire. Minion,
He's
you
doing
put life on.
harvester.
5 Crusader chest that can be any base, but if you reforge physical and you hit tier 1 explode, they instantly sell for 4 to 5 exalted orbs. For chaos and speed, I haven't hit
still
anything
works
super
today
good,
too.
but you can do hunter amulets or boots, however you like. The ones I mentioned now, lightning, life, cold, fire, fist, are the big money. I can share an example. Just before I made this video, I went into a map and I made one with lightning that has disorienting display, Scintilling Idea, and Stormdrinker. And if you hit 3 good mods, you instantly make about 10 Exalted Orbs. I'm gonna go ahead and open Craft of Exile to kind of give you the rundown on how these cluster jewels work. If you might be confused, it's pretty simple. So if I go to lightning damage, if you look here on the suffixes, Hysteria's Disorienting Display, Dorian's Lesson, and Widespread Destruction. And then all the lightning ones, right? So for prefixes, if you hit 2 good prefixes and 1 good suffix, you minimum usually make about 5 Exalted Orbs, so they go up to 10 or 15. Now that was lightning, right? Let's just make it really transparent and do one with cold as well. So we go to the start, we go to cluster jewels, we go to large cluster jewels, and we can take fire damage now. Look, here in the suffixes, it's Disorienting Display, Dorian's Lesson, and Widespread Destruction. Then you have all the fire suffixes. So if you have a fire jewel, you hit 2 good fire 2 good fire prefixes and 1 good suffix, that's money. It's that simple. All you need to know to run harvest is have 1 for each element. For your life rerolls, you have a minion cluster, and for chest you do a physical, and if you make them tier 1 explode, it's big money. It doesn't require much thinking, right? You just need to find a jewel that has, it has 3 lines. Is it 3 good lines? You're in the fucking money. Is it 3 okay lines? Alright, you still make, 4 to 6 Exalted Orbs in average. That's Harvest and Hamlet and map missions. Now, Lexijoris. The Metamorphs are insane. And you just have to try and run it. If you run Metamorphs with these, and all I do is have a Polished Scarab. I run with Polished Metamorph Scarabs. I buy them in big bulks. Whenever you kill them, they shit out Catalyst. And as we speak right now, Prismatic Catalyst, they're 8 to 9 C a pop, but this is selling solo. If you bulk sell, you can sell them for a little bit more. Fertiles are a little over 10. And a lot of these are just 1 to 2 C. And the best thing about what I think Metamorph is when you sell them, people buy them in 10s and 20s. So if I can make 600 Catalyst in a day, it takes me less than half an hour to sell them because they're really, really easy to sell and they sell out fast. It doesn't take a lot of effort to click up. You run on map, you kill the Metamorph in the end, it shits out loot. You don't have to run across the entire screen to pick up splinters, blah blah blah. It's really easy to kill, really easy to loot, really easy to sell, and it's big fucking money. I love it. And
I really like the PUBG helmet though.
I tried to do Pirandus over here, and I've been running with cheap Pirandus Scarabs. I made profits, I think, in about 100 Scarabs. I picked up 5 Exalted Orbs, and maybe 15 in total of Enlighten, Empower, and Enhanced level 3s that I then corrupted and got lucky in level 4s. So I profited, but it's very shit compared to last league. You can do it, I did it, I made profits, but if I were to do this again and do some more testing, I'm gonna try to pick the 2 Delirium nodes over Pirandus, but as we speak right now, I still have Pirandus Scarabs. I bought a lot because I like to bull tech, and these were like 1 C a piece, but I don't think Pirandus... I made profits, but could I make more profits if I took the Delirium nodes? Maybe. Now, Waldo. Again, you run Metamorph Scarabs, but what is crazy here? It might blow your mind. I didn't know this, but
keep your eyes sharp.
With the recent changes in 3.14, now my safe house looks like poop. But if you put people in intervention going into a mastermind and they're rank 3, they drop ring scarabs. Let me just pull up the prices of ring scarabs real quick. Scarabs are down here. You make 60 Cs, 50, 60, 50, 50, 50. And if you're lucky, you can have 4 or 5 in these, right? So you make at least 200 C per mastermind just by wing scarabs. But they also drop gilded scarabs, and then they also sometimes drop polished. They drop up to 2 to 3 to 4 scarabs. So in average, if you set up a good intervention for your mastermind, you can make up to 2.5, 3 exalts just from scarabs, right? Then there's the mastermind drop. If she drops a staff or a flask and you get some good rolls, it's multiple exalted orbs. Now, on top of that, there's more. If you get Hillock rank 3 in either... I have a cheat sheet here to help you talk about it. If you get Hillock rank 3 on Fortification or on Transport for 30% armor weapon, you can go to the TFT Discord, the Forbidden Trove. This is like a global chat. So if you're using Global 820 in the chat in the past, don't. You can go here, and if I wanted to sell, for example, Hillock 30% armor, they sell for 1x, 1x, you know. So if you get a Hillock armor, it's 1x sold up. If you get Borichi white sockets, it's 30 or 40 C per white socket. and you know, that's more money. Then on top of that, if you don't have any luck, any Varici, as long as you go into Mastermind and you kill Mastermind, there's a challenge in the endgame grinds this league where you need 20 Mastermind kills. You can kill her, and before you talk to her, you go into the Discord, you go into want to sell challenges, want to sell a Mastermind killed. You can get 5 people in your party and they'll pay you the price, which is usually 30 to 40 C per portal, just for you clicking the Mastermind after you killed her to then get completion in the kill. So now we're talking a minimum of 5x 40C, which I don't want to do math, but that's 200C, plus 300C from the Scarabs, plus the drops you get from the safe houses running the Mastermind, plus all the looters inside the things, right? And when you run Intervention in Waldo, you get these safe houses. I can get them in average 7 to 8 missions, or 7 to 8 maps between per safe house. So as long as you have Intervention Mastermind missions, you can literally print out money. But wait, there's more. This might not be for everyone, but if you have a strong ass build and you're a badass gamer, there's a challenge that I'm pretty blind with this, but we need to defeat betrayal targets here.
Yeah.
So there's another challenge. If you have a rank 3 captain, captain means they're rank 3. So if you have your investigation, your guy here is rank 3, there's a challenge to kill them. Now, if you have 2 or 3 of these guys rank 3, you can sell that challenge on top of the Mastermind challenge for 1 exalt or 2 exalts per slot, depending on how many leaders you have. The catch here is they need to be inside when you start the encounters. You need to be able to kill Mastermind with, you know, 3-player or 4-player, 5-player HP without dying, depending on how many portals you need to do it. But if you have a strong build, you can ask people to pay you 5 exalts to enter your map while you know, or get 3 or 4 exalted orbs on top of all we just discussed, just to enter the map while you kill it. Waldo is absolutely insane for money. As long as you have Dune Master missions, you can make money. And I didn't do this day 1, but the reason why I made so much money on day 2 is because of the watch zones, right? I've talked about what zones I'm running. In each and every zone, I have these watch zones here that says Master missions from completing maps have a chance to be June. Here June. So I have a lot of them here. Next to Joris, I have Metamorph rewards, Chula, and 2 June missions. So I have 2 times, well, I have 1 June, 2 times Metamorph, and 1 thing. I want to change this out for June, but I suck. And same here, I have 2 with Metamorph, 1 June, 1 Metamorph, 1 June, 1 Metamorph. So I tried the 3 zones I'm running. I tried to probably get my June missions, and you can just run this, and you can literally print out money. It's insane.
Yeah, it was crazy. That
I'm trying to
I
think.
just didn't know it before.
What else do I need to touch here? I think that's it.
I knew some of it.
I think
but
that's
not
it.
all
That's
of it.
all I really do. There's one more thing. One last
Just
thing.
need
I
a
do not roll
moment
my
to
maps hard
catch
at
my
all.
breath.
Let me just needs to just I can go,
I
but
can
let
go.
me put these on the side and I can show you how I roll my maps. There's no juice at all required. I'm just gonna take out some city squares because I'll probably run in. I'll roll a line of these. So I'll put in my city squares in a nice line here. It looks great. And the reason why I do that is then it's easy to add scarabs, and I like to make as many maps as possible in a row, right? It's in this tab, so I just put in the scarabs. And if I had more maps, I would do 1 more line of maps, and 1 more line of scarabs, 1 more line of maps, 1 more line of scarabs, but that defeats the point. And all I really do is take some chisels, some elks, and some chaos. I make sure everything is 20 quality. So boom, I type in 20. I suck at rolling maps. That one I fucked up a little bit.
Oh shit.
But you get the
Spent a
point.
lot
I
of-
just want to do this fast. I put quality on my maps. I alt them up. And since I'm a spell build, there's a few things I don't want to do. I don't want to do no region. So I would roll over this map, but now it's magic and I'm trying to do this fast. Then I don't do reflect illa. I type in wait. I used to do reflect illa. I make sure I roll over that. Done. And then avoiding elements is bad because I'm exploding things with storm gifts and impulsor. This thing doesn't have chance to invite elements, so these maps are good. This is literally what I run. I won't look at the map mods a second time. I will just put my scarabs with my maps, and I will put sextons in the zone that I'm running. I'm using awakened sextons, but you can get away with using any sextons. I think it's always good to put sextons on your map. It just gives you more XP, gives you more map sustain, etc, etc, etc. And that is how, in the span of 2 days, I found the mirror by doing these 3 zones and these simple things: harvest
found
crafting,
a mirror. That
minimal,
means
and
he
getting
didn't,
scarabs and selling challenges from
he
the
didn't
mastermind.
farm it physically, like getting
Now,
items
to
and
quickly
shit
round
and
things out, I
selling.
do stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/Larsen. You can go in there, you can ask any questions you have to my build or my strategy of making money. I have a discord.gg/Larsen. You can go in there and ask a question if you don't want to watch the stream and
Sounds
you still have
dangerous, man.
something to be answered. Go in there, you can write to me, you can write in the channels, and I will also leave.
Man, this guy seems cool, man. I wanna add his Discord, bro. Yeah, he seems cool, man. Zen
Hey,
M.
what's going on, guys? Today I want to show you the strategy that I have. I am farming on average anywhere between 20 to 25 simulacrum waves.
Thanks for the stream, guys. I just wanted to show you this.